Hello, and welcome to my channel. My name is Kat. I am the Nurse Flipper. If this is your first time here, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. I do appreciate it. I am a full-time RN in a hospital, and I do eBay part-time. And by part-time, I mean when I'm off, which is 4 days a week. So actually probably put a little more time into eBay than I do my actual job. So this is going to be one of my favorite videos to make, as well as one of your favorite videos from what I've seen in the past. So I'm really happy to be bringing you a lot of items. All of these items I am going to show you sold for over $50, and I got most of them for dirt cheap. I got them at thrift stores, estate sales, some off Facebook Marketplace. So these are items you want to keep an eye out for to raise your average sale price and make more money on eBay. So let's get started. So these items actually have sold in the last 2 weeks on my eBay store. Personally, I am going to tell you the amount the buyer paid plus shipping, just in case your business model is one that includes free shipping. So first off, we are going to get started with this gorgeous bronze giraffe. And he was only $25 plus the buyer paid $25 in shipping. So it was a $50 sale. And I want to show you him because had he been whole, he would have been worth about $100. Unfortunately, his ears were broke and his little tail was broke off, but I still listed him because I knew I could still make some money. And this guy I bought in a barn sale. I paid $40 for a whole trailer full of stuff. If you look back for my barn buy, it took like 3 videos and I still didn't go through everything. It was just an incredible amount of inventory for a very low price. So I was pennies into him. It was about a $20 profit, and he sold in about 6 months. So the thing with them being broken, of course, you're going to have to find a buyer who doesn't mind that the item is broken, but these items do still sell and they have value. Of course, it's not going to be as high as if the item were not broken, but they will still sell. Up next are 4 Northwood Carnival glass cups. Sorry, I'm like, what are they? These 4 cups I actually got in a bulk glass buy. This glass buy I found on Facebook Marketplace. So I am not a chronic Facebook Marketplace like scroller. I don't search on there a lot. I do have a few search terms, and I think that is how I was notified about this one. It was actually listed at $300 for probably, I would say over 100 pieces of glass, maybe closer to 200. And I wrote them, I told them I did not want to offend them, but I was willing to pay $150 for the lot should they decide to take that price. They actually wrote me right back, told me they were okay with that, and I went and got it the next day. So I'm about $4 into these cups. The buyer with shipping is $54.20, and I made over a $35 profit. So keep an eye out for Carnival glass. I did lot them up instead of 4. So with cups and plates and dishes and items like that, if they aren't going to be worth like $20 individually, I will lot them up in lots of 2 or 4. Don't typically do like dinnerware or dishware sets because I don't want to ship dinnerware or dishware sets. So these are definitely something to look out for. The purple and blue glass, I think the Carnival glass sells a little bit better, and it also depends on which pattern is on your cup. So definitely make sure you look at that. These were marigold pattern. Up next is another one that was $25, $25 shipping. I was only a couple of dollars into these. I did get them at a yard sale, and they are just some vintage antique silver plate candlestick holders. So they were not branded, they were not named. I just took good photos. You make sure you keyword them. Make sure you guys are paying close attention to my titles in these listings that you're seeing pop up on the screen, because keywords mean a lot and they help people find your items. And also make sure you take good pictures because that allows you to command a higher price. Up next, and if you are not new to my channel, you will know I love pottery. I especially love salt glazed pottery. So this was actually a mixing bowl with a pouring spout from Row Pottery. It had the cutest little pig on it. And this one I did a buyout, and she had some pottery pieces in the back. And actually, Thenie watches my channel, so hey, and thanks for the buyout if you were watching. I do appreciate it. So she had these pottery pieces in the back, and I got them as well. I paid her $40, I believe, for 4 pieces, so about $10 in each. This one sold for $42 plus shipping. The buyer was $56 all into it, and it sold in under a week. So that is about a $27 profit after fees. And when I am giving you guys the profit amounts on these, I'm kind of figuring in my head the fees because I am not seeing if the item sold promoted or not, which would cause my fee to go up. Up next, and big shout out to my co-host on my show, Julian, the Bearded Thrift Machine. I was looking to make sure my mic was still working because I recorded a video earlier today and it had no sound. So hopefully the light is on, it is working. So these are 3 golf clubs that I got, and I bought 2 golf bags full of golf clubs. I think I paid about $30-ish per lot. There were, I would say, about 15 clubs, so maybe $1 to $2 in, but really not, because both of the bags I have listed as well. So these 3 sold in less than 2 days for $43 plus shipping. The buyer was $57 all in. And I actually had somebody else wanting these, but they wanted additional pictures. And unfortunately, I was at work, so I told them if they were still available tomorrow when I got home that I would send them photos, and they sold in less than an hour after that. So these sold really fast. I definitely would comp them out. If you see golf clubs, you can look up the brand and it has the number on it. I know absolutely nothing about golf clubs, guys, nothing at all, but I sold them. And that's the beautiful thing about eBay. All of this stuff, you don't have to know what it is. You just have to be able to either describe it to find comps or punch in some numbers, and you can find what it sells for. So check those golf clubs out when you see them. If you watch my last video, was having very slow sales, and these golf clubs kicked my sales back into gear. Today's a little slow again, but I did over $700 yesterday on a Thursday. Up next, these are 2 little mini vases. I did show these on one of my What Sold videos. If you haven't watched my channel before, I do What Sold showing everything I sold, because I really like to give the bigger picture of what being a typical, or I feel like as a typical reseller, which means you sell low value items, you sell some higher value items. It's a good mix, but I do these videos with the high What Sold because I know a lot of people are pressed for time and they don't have time to watch except for the high price. So that is why I'm doing this. But these 2 little red etched vases, they had like storks and herons. Paid $1 each for these at a big garage sale, and they sold in about 3 months for $49.99 plus shipping. The buyer was $60 all in on these. That's well over a $40 profit, probably closer to 45. And they're tiny. They are breakable, but they are pretty easy to ship when something is that small. Next is another Row Pottery salt glaze piece. This one I got from Thenie as well, and I paid about $10 if I divided that by the pieces I got. This one sold in under a week as well. This one had the little sheep on it, and it sold for $49 plus shipping. The buyer is $60 all into this. Again, about a $37, $38 profit in under a week. So keep your eye out. Look at these salt glaze pieces. A lot of the salt glaze, even if they aren't by a well-known potter, will sell and will make you a good profit. Next is a beautiful vase. I don't remember if I showed this one in the last. It sold but wasn't paid for yet when I made my last high What Sold. But I picked this up in an antique mall, which was a little new experience for me, but it was on sale for $12. It was just a beautiful confetti, tons of colors in it vase, and it sold for $65 plus shipping. The buyer was $76 all in. So this is well over a $50 profit. Again, not very big. This was only 8 inches, so it wasn't really tall, and it wasn't very hard to pack either, and it sold in under a week. So colorful glass, if it is well made, And if you like, one of the things you could do if you go to an antique store and look at that higher price stuff, touch it, feel it, you will kind of know a little bit better. So if you're in a thrift store or at a garage sale, you would have a little bit better feeling for what that more expensive glass would feel like. Up next is another golf club. So the set of three that you already saw, as well as this one, both sold yesterday and helped with bringing my sales total over $700 yesterday, which I really needed after having such a slow week. And it's a golf club. I mean, and it's so weird for me to say because I've never played golf. I don't know anything about golf, but again, I punched in the numbers. This one is the Authentic 50 series by Louisville, and it sold for $74.99 plus shipping. The buyer's almost $90 in. Only paid $3 for this golf club, guys. This is over a $65 profit for a golf club. They are really easy to ship too. They go in the free USPS tubes, and you just wrap them up in bubble wrap and send them off. You do have to add a little bit extra to the tubes though because they don't fit in. I have not had the pleasure of shipping one yet because I was at work yesterday and Brad packed both of these sets of golf clubs. Up next are some DVDs. So this is the Highlander series. I paid up for these. I got them at a Goodwill and I paid $49.99 for these. They sold for full asking price of $149.99 plus they went global shipping program. So the buyer paid me $15 in shipping, so they were $165 into me, and I imagine they probably paid about $50 to eBay to ship them to them. So if you're not familiar with international shipping, eBay offers two ways you can do it, or you can do it yourself through pirate ship. I typically, if an item is $50 or under, I will ship eBay standard international shipping. If it is over $50, I will use the global shipping program, which is what I did in this case because that provides you a little more protection. And these sold in about 2 months. And these DVD sets and series and boxes, you can comp them out, you can look them up and feel confident if you are spending $40 or $50. I typically like to see 5 to 10 times my money, but I am perfectly okay with this almost $100 profit on some DVDs. Really easy to photograph, easy to list, easy to ship, and a really high profit. So don't pass up on media. Definitely try and learn a little bit more. I check the box sets typically. I know like Acorn and BBC, I sold several sets over $100, so make sure you check those out. And I do want to say to all of my members, do not forget if you are sourcing specialist in my flippin' pod, if you haven't checked out my memberships, there's a join button below. Only if you're on the computer though, I think. And for those of you that are sourcing specialist or higher, we are having our sourcing live tomorrow night, which is where I look for you items that sell for high dollar, just like these, or big lots to make you a lot of money. So check that out. And you guys don't forget tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will see you live and we will find items for you. Also, I want to know down in the comments below, do you guys think I should auction off Toucan Sam? You see him on the floor, and a lot of times he's up there on the shelf. I can't find him a permanent home. So I want him to be seen on the videos, but I don't want to have to keep moving him around. And you can't see Betty. Betty Boop is over there a little further. So I think I am okay letting Sam go. I've had Sam for over a year and he's just not fitting into the shed very well. Sorry, Toucan Sam. So do you want him? Anybody? Let me know. And I will put him up probably on a 7-day auction. I have gotten asked numerous times if he was for sale, so I know some of you must want him. And I think I will put him up on auction. I'm not sure when. Probably tomorrow night would be my guess, so it ends on a Saturday night. If you do auction, pay attention to when it ends because ending on a Friday or Saturday night is going to be much better than ending on, say, a Monday night or at 2 in the morning or even 9 or 10 at the morning, because a lot of people on the weekends might be sleeping or they're out busy doing activities. It's better to end them later at night. That is just my opinion. Up and next, and this just went out today, And this was an item I put on auction. This silver basket I did pay up for. I paid $165 for this in an online estate auction, and I wasn't sure how much I would get for it. I never truly confirmed its background or the maker, and several of you actually commented when I showed that I found it, and I didn't feel that any of the maker's marks matched close enough where I could find that maker having made something like this basket. So I actually kind of left it as unknown. And I did put Victorian, I did put Cameo because it had a really cool like lady etched on each side. There were two of them. And I put it on 7-day auction. I started at $299. When I do my auctions, I don't ever start them lower than what I am willing to take. If I had put this on Buy It Now, I would have listed it at 500 or best offer, but I was okay getting 300 because I paid 165. I'm still making $100 profit in a week. So it went out. It only got one bid. It had 2 watchers. I was hoping for a end of the auction race and it just didn't happen, but I'm happy with my $100 profit, and I hope the new owner likes that basket. And this is one of the things, and I do this a lot, might not be the best thing to do, but if I like something a lot, I am okay paying up for it and paying a little more because it can hang out back there on my shelves. The basket was actually up top there, and I'm okay because I can look at it until it sells. Up next, and that was sitting up top as well. This also came from Theeny, from my buyout from her. I said $150 earlier. I paid $250 for everything from her. So this is a Lenox The Village. I have shown you guys many of these pieces on my high what sold videos. This one is going to be another high one. There have been several that sold for over $300. This one sold very fast in under a week. This is the Lenox spice rack. It has like the little houses for the different spices. This was not a complete set. This had 18 houses with it. The complete set is 27, so it was missing 9. This still sold for $249.99 plus shipping, and it went international shipping. So the buyer was $280 into me, plus they had to pay eBay to get it to them through the global shipping program. Do have that extra protection. Again, high dollar item. I'm going to use global shipping program. And this is something, and I'm going to call Theeny out on here. She's being mentioned here, but she only had this price at $30 at her yard sale. It still had the price on it, and it was sitting there. I'm not sure how long she did this yard sale for. Theeny, maybe you can let everybody know down in the comments. But I'm wondering how many resellers went through her garage sale and saw this $250 item for 40 bucks sitting there on the table and didn't take it, because it was there for me to buy it out when she sold everything as a lot. So look at stuff that is different. Remember all of these things that I am showing you, and watch other YouTubers as well that show a variety of items. And that way you learn what sells for money, and you're not the person that's walking past a $200 profit in less than a week. So really, in the scheme of things, I have a whole shelf back there full from that buyout from Theeny. I have a bunch of posters. I have a lot of stuff, and I would say if I separate it, I'm less than $20 into the shelf and well over a $200 profit. Next, and this luckily was just delivered today, this is an Ethan Allen side table. So the other one is actually like right back there. You can see over here are some really nice Ethan Allen pieces. Those are about $300 to $500 profit each. And then I've got the nice wicker desk, which I expect to make good profit on as well. So this table I had listed as a pair, but someone messaged me and said they already had one and they wanted a match for it. So I had the pair listed for $400 for the pair, and they asked how much for the one. I told them I would do $250 plus shipping, and the shipping ended up being $250 as well. So this is actually a $500 sale. I got these end tables for under $30. So this for me was over a $200 profit again. This actually sold in less than 2 weeks, which surprised me. Most of the Ethan Allen furniture is slower. This is another Ethan Allen piece here. That Ethan Allen desk is listed as well. And this one was a little bit frustrating, and luckily she was very understanding. So I actually had a problem with U-Ship. I don't want to hide from you guys when I do this, but I don't want to scare you from selling furniture either, because I feel like this is not the norm. So this is my fourth interaction with U-Ship, and it was not a good one at all. It was actually pretty horrible. So the first shipper, when I posted the job, I posted the amount that I wanted to pay. So I posted $225. It was going from here in Florida to Connecticut, just a little coffee, you know, like an end table, not even a coffee table. And my offer was accepted pretty much within a few hours. And he said he couldn't pick it up until 2 weeks out, which I was okay with and my buyer was okay with. Well, here comes 2 weeks out. The guy never shows. He didn't call. I called him, I texted him with no response, and it turns out like after I kept calling, he canceled it. So I was able to get my money back. So with U-Ship, you pay, but U-Ship kind of holds that money until that driver delivers the item, and then you are the one to release that money to the driver. So it's kind of held in an escrow. So I got my money back, reposted the job. It was accepted almost immediately again. And when they accept it, you still have to agree for that person. It's not like the first person that accepts your offer is the one who will ship it. So I checked this guy's feedback. He actually had a couple of negative comments as well, saying that he didn't show up. And I'm like, oh gosh. So I'm like, look, I just had 2 weeks where I waited for someone. They didn't show up. I need to know 100% that you're going to show up. So he called me. He said he would show up. And he told me originally about 4 p.m. He left from the Florida Keys at about 3 a.m. And he was going through Tampa and told me he could pick some items up for me. So I paid for 3 Ethan Allen pieces on PayPal for him to pick up. And turns out he was running really late and had to tell me, oh, I can't pick these pieces up. And I'm sitting here like, I wouldn't have bought these pieces if you did not tell me you were going to pick them up. So now I have paid 4 pieces, 2 hours down south. One of them with the favorite Ethan Allen piece that I bought actually changed her mind, refunded my money. The other 2 are being understanding thus far, but I told them I would pick it up on Thursday. And it is Friday, and I don't know when I'm going to pick this furniture up. Honestly, I might just say forget it. My local shipper wants $300, and to add $300 on to 2 pieces is just probably too much money. So I might be out the money for these pieces. The people might refund me. I'm not sure. I'm going to see if I can figure out how to get there and go from there. But anyways, he ended up here at about 9:30 at night. He did pick up my table. He did deliver it today. My buyer is very happy. Luckily, she was super understanding. She's like, I'm in no rush. It's okay. So she wasn't mad at the situation at all. It was me that was frustrated. So the actual job for U-Ship that he did perfect for me. However, the side job that we had agreed upon, he totally failed. So just not a good experience. Not going to stop me from selling furniture, but it is going to make me pay really close attention to the U-Ship shippers' feedback and make sure they don't have any no call, no shows on other customers. That's the end of this video. So I really do appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate all of you subscribing. Definitely hit that like button, comment, let me know what surprised you the most in this video. And we will be live on Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as always. And this week, we are going to have a lot of Josh and Becky Park on Poshmark. So I'm really looking forward to that. They are 2 of the nicest people that I know in the YouTube community. They are both great. And I think we will be learning a lot from them. It will be me and Julian since he is feeling better. And yeah, so I will see my sourcing specialist and hire members tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, guys. Notifications don't go out, so set a reminder on your phone. I will post the link on the community feed at some point tomorrow morning or afternoon. So make sure you go to that community feed and check it out. If you're not a member, definitely hit the join button, check that out. It is optional, but you do get a lot more when you join the membership. It's a little more like one-on-one. I do eBay store reviews once a month. We do sourcing lives, and probably starting Monday for the sourcing masters, the flip and pop masters. I don't remember if it changed name. Anyways, I'm going to start going live from the shed while we are shipping. So I will see you guys on the next one, which will be on Sunday. And I think that's going to be a hybrid video, as many of you requested and said you would like to see that. I will see you on the next one. Bye, guys.
Ready, set, go!